to player number 36 who never sniffed a title, which is why he's not higher than this.
Number 36, George Gervin.
So Gervin, 5-time first-team All-NBA, which is remarkable. 2-time second-team All-NBA, and he played in the ABA in the beginning of his career, 2-time All-ABA second team. You're seeing it right there. 4 times he's top 5 MVPs, and those happened all in a row. 4 years in a row he's top 5 in MVP voting, and two times he came in second. 4-time scoring champ. And this is a fun one that Demonze, maybe, I don't know if we'll ever see this again quite like this. George Gervin and David Thompson going into the final day of the season were essentially virtually tied for the scoring title. David Thompson scored 72 to try to win the scoring title. Gervin needed, I think, in the high 50s to win it.
Did you see this game?
Did I see this game?
Yeah.
No, this is before I was born. This is well before I was born. So George Gervin sees Thompson score 72. He goes out and scores 63 points in only 33 minutes. Didn't even play in the fourth quarter. That was how he won his first scoring title for his career. George Iceman Gervin, 25 points per game. That is 10th all time. And, you know, our list is not all time. It's the last 50 years. Of the last 50 years, it's 5th all time, behind only Jordan, LeBron, Durant, and Iverson. So why wouldn't he be higher? He's not higher because he never won in the playoffs. But when you dig into it, he's smeared with the guy never won. How much are we blaming him? So let's go into it. For his career, he averaged 27 points per game in the playoffs. In the playoffs, which is top 10 all time. In the ABA, let's go to the ABA, facing elimination, drops a 42-17, and then a 30 in 1975 to avoid elimination, but then they lose the next game and they're out. The next year, they're facing elimination again, drops a 37-14 to avoid elimination, but then they lose the next game and they're out. He lost his first 6 career playoff series, but then finally gets a playoff series victory, and then 1979, they're in the Eastern Conference semis against Dr. J. He puts up a 33-12-5 to eliminate Dr. J. Put up the very next round, 42-6 to get up 3-1 on the Bullets, because this was a weird time when the San Antonio Spurs were in the Eastern Conference. They had played Philly, and then the Bullets. They then moved to the West, but that doesn't matter. He puts up 42-6 to go 3-1 on the Bullets in the Eastern Conference Finals. He puts up another 42-6 in Game 7, but they lose by 2, and he never makes the finals. For that series, he averaged 31-6. They lose to the Bullets. Again, a Bullets team that we mentioned earlier would go to back-to-back NBA Finals and win 1 championship. 82 gets back to the conference finals. This time he's in the Western Conference Finals against those 82 Lakers we were just talking about a few minutes ago that had Magic and Kareem and Bob McAdoo. He averages in those Western Conference Finals 32-8-6, and he's swept. And then the very next year, he loses to the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals again, and that's it. So he got to the Western Conference Finals a few times, never got past there. But how much are we putting on him? Yes, he blew a 3-1 lead with a chance to get to the finals, probably his best chance ever. But he put up 42-6 in Game 7, and they lost by 2. And so I think he's slightly underrated historically. Let's see what our caller has, or our questioner has, on George Iceman Gervin.
Whew. George Iceman Gervin at 34th. Are we giving extra credit for all-time great posters? Because the one with him sitting on the ice blocks is one of the best of all time. But my goodness, he was a scorer, and that's all he was. Phenomenal scorer. Finger roll. Beautiful. But just a scorer.
Yeah, but scoring's important. That's the thing. I agree he was mostly just a scorer, but scoring, when you score at that level, when you are one of the last 50 years, one could argue, 10 greatest scorers ever, it at least gets you firmly in the top 40 of players. So, I mean, Rick's not wrong there that he was a pure scorer, but scoring is the most important part of the game. He did it better than just about anybody ever, aside from a dozen or so guys. So he absolutely deserves his spot at number 36. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.